What's up, guys? It's me. I know I haven't been posting on my YouTube channel in a while, but I'm going to use this time to post now. I just did more research on a video I made, I believe, like a year ago called the Dybbuk box. I know I was pronouncing it weird when I first found out about it. It's called Dybbuk box. Basically what it is a Dybbuk box is a malevolent spirit, Jewish spirit, um, that got trapped in this box. There have been many people on YouTube, which I've been seeing. I've been sitting here on my couch watching stories like this. There have been many people on YouTube buying these boxes off the dark web or black market or whatever, wherever they get these boxes from. I honestly don't know, and I don't care to find out. They bought these boxes, and what angers me and scares me the most is these people are just buying these boxes for views on YouTube, which is not okay because there is a lot that has happened with these boxes. So, basically, main part of the story is a man named Kevin bought one of these Dybbuk boxes from a estate sale. A elderly Jewish woman passed away, and her family was selling all of her stuff. So they called the area or the cluster of things for that were with this box called Vault 29, because they would separate these things of this woman's personal belongings into packages. But he goes on, he buys it. This man, mind you, owns an antique shop. He owns an antique shop. He saw it. He wanted to get more antiques for his shop, so he wanted to buy this lot 29 cluster, and some person, I don't know if it was an older woman, a younger woman, or a younger or older woman, walked up to him and said, "Oh, I see you bought the Dybbuk box." So this, catching the attention of this man, Kevin, turned around and said, he was like, "What?" Mind you, this man Kevin grew up in a Jewish household. So he heard about these boxes, he heard about this spirit, and he didn't believe it. So he brought it to his antique shop and he put it in his basement. He goes and he leaves his store to go do stuff in the town he's in, and he leaves one of his employees with it. His one employee, I did not catch her name, but basically what happened was the employee went down to the basement and she felt like someone was watching her. So her, freaked out, was like looking behind her shoulder, making sure, nothing was planning on coming after her. So she then gets a phone call, scares her. Friend says she wants to come over, and then to the shop, and then in the basement, a lot of stuff starts happening, a lot of activity starts happening. Lights start breaking, stuff starts getting knocked off and thrown across the room. So she was then going up to leave, and this man had a metal door that would lock to prevent anyone from that broke into the shop to go down and start, stealing the valuable stuff. Because from, what I saw, this man bought a lot of valuable antiques, and a lot of them cost, decent amount of money. So He then wants to give the box to his mother for a birthday gift. He says happy birthday to her, gives her the box. Then she had this overwhelming feeling of, open it. Mind you, the employee that was working there when all this happened, he came back to the store and he thought she did it. She said, F you, Kevin, blah, 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 quit on the spot. So, now back to his mother. It was his mother's birthday, and he wanted to give it to his mother as a birthday gift. So, he gave it to his mother as a birthday gift. She had this overwhelming feeling. As he took the paper off, he got a phone call in the back of the store. So, he needed to go to the back of the store and answer the phone call. He said, Mom, I'll be back. I gotta go answer this. His mother had the overwhelming feeling to open up that box, and she regrets it to this day. For anyone that's wondering, she's fine, she recovered, and she's doing all right. But when she opened this box, she had a stroke. For those people that know, about strokes, you can't verbally say anything and you have no motor movement. So one of the other people that worked at the store come up, they see his mother like that, they like start saying his mother's name. She's not answering. So the person goes to the back of the store and gets this woman's son. He comes up, keeps yelling, Mom, Mom, Mom. She's not answering. And she's sitting there with her eyes looking at him, looking at the box, like going back and forth between him and the box as a sign of, you got to get rid of this box. Something's going on. So then, after that, he goes in, he tries to sell it on eBay. Two kids, names are Sam and Brian, are college students, and they were into this stuff. They wanted to see if the paranormal was real. They wanted to see all this other stuff. So they buy the box. It gets shipped to them. Kevin's relieved that, oh my God, like finally this box is out of my store, away from my mother and anything else. So these two college kids buy the box, they bring it to their dorm room, and the student Brian was at his class, and his friend Sam, which was his dorm mate, opened the package, and then he, of course, opened the box. So how Brian, the one college student, was talking, he was like, it smelled like urine throughout the entire house. So he walks to their kitchen and he sees his dorm mate, Sam, there, and his has it open, and he say, why does it smell like that in here? He's like, oh, that's the smell of the ghost, ooh, making jokes about it and all that. So then they put it in the center of their dorm, parties, show it off. And, they then, start seeing that, infestation of insects are going towards this box. And they're not sure why. We're going to get to the juicy details at the end when I start explaining to it, because I want to keep explaining the story. So they then are like, we don't want this anymore. So then they go on and they sell it. And then a museum coordinator, whose name is Jason, buys the box. So I guess he runs a, paranormal type of antique museum. So he buys it. He's disappointed because he's doing these tests, he's trying to figure out this stuff, and he then realizes with a black light, he goes around the box and he noticed there's wax residue. So any of those that, I'm a witch, so I know a little more. Anything that has wax residue on it, it's sealed. It's a sealing spell. When you put wax on something, you're sealing whatever is in that thing away. A lot of witches do that with protection jars and all of that. So he then, he's upset. Nothing happened. He feels like, oh, this is just a BS. This isn't really haunted, all this other stuff. So then he puts it on a separate table so he could show his co-workers it. What then starts happening is his co-workers start getting sick. They have technical difficulties, light bulbs breaking, and on top of that, I know I should have mentioned Brian and Sam also had the same thing happen to them. Kevin, the person that originally bought it, also had the same thing happen to him. So he was like, whoa, his co-workers told him, you need to get that out of here because we're getting sick, we're having all these technical issues, all of this, and we never had any of this, and none of this was happening until you brought that box into this building. So then he takes the box, puts it in his truck, straps it up, brings it home, which he shouldn't have done, and he leaves it in his tail in the back of his truck where his bed and all that is. So he then starts having the same issues at his house, electrical issues, the smell of death, decay, urine, all of this. And his son then goes, Dad, who is that? He's looking around. He's like, what are you talking about? It's like, who's that? They're standing behind you. So he turns around and he sees the spirit that is in the box. He then tells his wife, we need to leave the house now. We need to get out of here. We got to do this. So him and his wife get in her car and they drive away. So then he got back in contact with Kevin after all this was happening. And he then, asked Kevin, if he can help him figure out how to dispose of this properly because Jason locked it in the basement of one of his rental properties. So Kevin, the person that originally bought it, agreed to it. And he went back to the house that he bought the box from. The older woman's sister moved into the house. And she explained to him that it should not have, that they joked around back when they were younger. People were amused if you could talk to spirits and ghosts and all that. So they did. Then they used a pendulum, which is a rock attached to a chain, and they made a homemade Ouija board. So they were messing with it, nothing was happening, and then, out of the blue, stuff started happening. The pendulum started going back and forth, spelling out the words, release me, release me, release me. Mind you, this is the spirit that they trapped in this box. So they then helped out, they released it, and then they trapped it in this box. So the moral of the story is this Dubai box is a spirit, a Jewish malevolent spirit that was trapped in a wine cupboard, a little wine cupboard, and these people have had dreams and all that of this woman coming to them in their dreams. And, Kevin had the dream of the woman coming up and, scratching his face off. Then he woke up. He had marks all over him. Sam and Brian had the similar types of dreams. They were getting attacked by this spirit. Jason had the same similar dreams. He was getting attacked by the spirit. But in his dream, the spirit would drag her fingers right into his eyes. So, moral of the story, if you buy one of these boxes, you need to do your research on it. The only way that they could trap this spirit back was talking to a rabbi. They trapped it, they put it in an unknown location. Moral of the story is don't buy this box because you don't know what is connected to it. It could be worse. It could be 10 times more worse than what everyone is thinking. My advice to anyone that wants to try to buy this, and anyone that's on YouTube buying this box just to get views, you really need to not do that, because you're messing with a malevolent spirit that could possibly harm you. I watched another video of Post Malone, the famous singer, got cursed by this box because he was, like everyone else, joking, ha ha ha, funny funny, bought this box. He then got cursed by it, along with the other people. There was another young couple. I didn't get their names, but there was another young couple that bought the box that Kevin B and his mother had the stroke. Another young couple did this for him. He was relieved, and then he heard the door open and then close. So he thought a customer came in. This young couple brought this box back and left a note on it saying, "Darkness, there is a strange darkness around this box." And then they left the store and they left it right on a table in his store. So, moral of the story, if you are just trying to get something like this to get views on YouTube, you really need to get your priorities straight. This is not funny. These paranormal things are not a joke. Everyone that gets these don't believe in it or are skeptics, and then they end up becoming believers. There has been too many people that I have seen on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, any social media platform that has gotten stuff like this and ended up suffering dearly for it, because they thought it would be funny to do something like this. It is not funny. You are messing with the spirit. You are messing with the spirit realm. You do not know the type of preparations or anything like that that you need to do when you are trying to contact people in the spirit realm. You do not play with Ouija boards. That's how you release demons into your life. That could become hell for you. Do not, and I repeat, do not get this type of stuff just so you can get views on any of your social media platforms. Like I said, you are messing with demonic spirits and the spirit realm when you mess with stuff like this. And you do not understand the consequences that come when someone messes with something like this. I feel bad for these people. This box was passed on to 4 people. Kevin, then that young couple that brought it back, this Sam and Brian college students, and then this Jason person. This box was passed down to 4 different people that had all the similar types of things, but the dreams and the nightmares were different. These types of things are not funny to mess with. If you think it's hilarious to mess with stuff like this that has this bad of negative connections attached to it, then you really need to start doing more research on anything that you want to do. I personally will never get something like this because I know what's contained in it. I know what will happen to me if I get something like this or I mess with the Ouija board. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. I have a TikTok now that is called Lord of Death. That is when I go on and I explain witch talk, stuff that I see false stuff on witch talk. I'm going to merge my witchcraft channel and my main channel together because I've had a couple subscribers comment on my videos and ask me to do more stuff like that on my main channel. So I'm going to merge those two channels together. So this is my main and witchcraft channel. If you want me to do more stuff like this, let me know. I adore looking into the paranormal world. I love it. Now, please don't get this box. I'm begging all of you. For all these YouTubers that got this box, I wish you well. I hope you have not had negative impacts happen in your life because you want to buy this box as a joke to get views. I hope all of you recover from whatever and get healthy if something happened to you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. I hope you all have a good day, night, wherever it is, wherever you are. And remember, things are not as they seem.